We are winding up our Winter Rewind series. We are just doing a look back at our winter sports, both basketballs, indoor track, and now we are winding up with swimming. We're with 14th year head coach, assistant coach Amy Golas with the Eastern Women's Swim Team. Amy, another good season, 8-1 dual meets, 5th in the New England meet. In general, you, head coach Maureen Fahey, assistant coach Bill Hassel, in looking back on the season, was it generally a positive, a lot of good things come out of this season?
Absolutely. It was a season in which we definitely had our share of challenges. We had some injuries we were coming back from. We had kind of all the typical things that a collegiate team deals with, and we couldn't have been prouder of the way the girls performed this year.
It was a young team. I mean, 8 out of your 14 were either freshmen or sophomores. Mm-hmm. And you only had one senior, Bridget Furlong. Talk about, I mean, it's a unique situation here. You got Maggie, Megan, and Molly Lasto. 2 of them are twins, and you got twins Carly and Haley Mangan.
Yes.
Did that come by coincidence, or was that planned?
I don't know entirely how much it was planned. I mean, Carly and Haley came together. And then we do have not a true history of this in the program, but
Yep.
we have had family members
Absolutely.
before. And we'd like to think that it's because they come year after year and they see the environment of the program and they realize it's a place they'd like to be. And I know in the case of the Lastos, they really wanted to compete together. They really wanted to be on a team together. And it's just been wonderful. It's been wonderful to see the Mangans compete together, see the Lastos, and to see how their family dynamic also influences the team. It's more of a family because we have families on the team.
It's always been that. You always got that feeling with the swim program. Talk about, I mean, the 3 coaches right now have been together at least 13 years. Bill Hassel, 13th year, your 14th year. Maureen is the only coach we've ever had at 22nd year. You're never going to see that again with 3 part-time coaches. Right? I mean, that's just an amazing thing to stay together.
It's definitely unique. Going to our New England championships, going to the LEC championships, all the different meets that we go to, there's always the community of coaches. But I think maybe this year more than other years, I think we all realized how long we've actually been together. So, you know, it is a special thing. It is wonderful. I mean, I think it was it just last year Maureen celebrated the 20th anniversary? Well, we celebrated the 20th anniversary.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful for a program to have that longevity of consistency of, you know, this is what it's going to be, this is how we run the day, this is how the meets go. It's nice. And I think the swimmers appreciate that there is that consistency and that there is that familiarity. And
it's definitely a selling point, though. I mean, a kid comes to a college, they want to know that the coach is going to be there for 4 years.
Yeah, absolutely. It is.
It's definitely a selling point, without a doubt. I don't know how you guys do it because you have the longest season. Everyone talks about basketball, but you start a couple weeks before basketball and you end generally about at the same time. How do you manage to go through like a 5-month season, day in and day out, night practices, morning practices, everything?
Well, Bill CB handles the morning practices, so
that's good for him.
I'm usually driving through to my teaching job at that point, and I'm just like waving in my car towards the pool when I know they're in there. But it really is that kind of delegation of different tasks and of when we know certain people will be in certain places. You know, CB will be in the morning, I'll be in the afternoons. Maureen's in all the time, and just having that kind of unspoken schedule of knowing when everybody's going to be there, knowing what each person's responsible for, and knowing that the job is taken care of.
And at this point, you guys must know each other, what each other's going to do and think before they do it.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's, you know, as an assistant coach, I always figure that's my job, is to know the job of what the head coach is going to think.
Exactly
and
right.
What the swimmers are going to think, what CB's going to think, what Maureen's going to think, and to try to get out ahead of all of that.
Let's talk about that. I mean, outside of Maureen, you've been with the program more than anybody. You've been with the program for either as a participant or an assistant coach for something like 18 out of the 22 years, right? You missed the first 3 and then you missed 1 in between. Talk about how has the program changed from when you were here in the early 2000s?
Oh, the level of competition is,
Yeah.
in my opinion, so much higher. I mean, I swam with wonderful teams, great teams. I love everybody that I swam with. And to see what these girls do, to see them come in for double sessions, come in at 6 a.m. and swim before class, and then to come in on the other days and do dry lands, and to still do the afternoon practices, and then to do the Florida double session practices. I mean, the team has gotten so much more competitive and so much tougher, I think, because they are willing to put in that work. I mean, for the type of team we are, you have a team like Roger Williams, you have a team like Keene State, you have all of these other teams who bring in people from all over the place.
Yeah.
We bring in swimmers who want to be at Eastern. And the work they're willing to put in is a testament to their dedication, to the hard work that goes into the program. And I'd like to think that they experience and see the success that they want to because of the work they put in.
I would have to think, having gotten to know quite a few of the swimmers and spoken with them, that probably to this point in their life, getting through this program, especially for 4 years, has got to be probably the most difficult thing they've done to this point. And in 30 years, it might still be one of the most difficult things they've done.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I look back and it's an accomplishment.
It sure is.
To be at practices from October 1st to February 15th.
Yeah.
To be there every day, and now to be at a lot more practices every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And to be putting in that hard work every day, to be excelling every day, to be keeping on top of their classes, to be excelling in that atmosphere as well, they should congratulate themselves.
Yeah.
They should view it as the accomplishment that it is.
If they get through it
If
for
they do.
4 years.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you were swimming, what was the training like? Was it similar to now?
It is very close to similar.
Is it?
We had afternoon practices most days. I think we had 4:30 to 6:30 every day.
Yeah.
So, you get there at 4,
Yeah.
get ready for practice, leave, either go to dinner or go to dinner and then run to class. And I would say the training is the same with Maureen being there. Her program is very specific.
Yeah.
There are tailored practices depending on what your specialty is within the program. And as I say to the crew, we do get faster. You do get faster when you come to this program because of the consistency of our workouts, because of the rigor of the workouts. And adding in CB, who's been coaching forever.
Yeah.
It's just, you can't ask for anything better, really. I mean, there's just the wide range of experience levels that the coaching staff has, the team benefits from.
Well, do you think most kids coming into this program, coming out of high school, have an idea of what they're getting into? Are they used to it if they swam travel in high school? Is it the same kind of thing?
There is. If they're used to that practice schedule, they do. They come in, they're ready for it. They understand what the practices are going to entail. But we've had plenty of swimmers over the years that come in that haven't had competitive swimming experience. Right. And again, the ones that are willing to put in the work and that are willing to try the things that we ask them to try, to push themselves a little bit further, really experience a lot of success. And it's been rewarding year after year to see the types of drops that we have, to see the difference in a swimmer's start from the beginning of the season to the end of the season.
That's it.
To see their pull out on a stroke, to be at that meet where they finally do, the thing we've been asking them to do, the thing they've been trying to do all season, and they do it and their time drops tremendously, it's wonderful.
That's what coaching's all about.
It's why coaches get into
exactly
coaching.
Right. And the average person won't notice that. Like if the average person looks at the results, it's who won the meet, who was first, who was second. But I want to just give you an example. We had a track meet recently, and a girl from our team ran the 5,000, and she came across the line. She didn't win it, but she came across the line under 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And evidently, that's what she was shooting for, because it was like this entire celebration between her and the coaches.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Those are the things that the person on the outside doesn't realize.
It is, and we see that at the meets all the time. We had swimmers this year. We had Lauren Smith, who came in
Absolutely.
and just dropped tremendous time throughout the year, and everybody dropped, and it was great, and it was wonderful to see. But to know that she didn't have the same training that other girls in the team have,
Yeah.
and to see her be so happy with what she did was wonderful. And the same thing when we're at our dual meets, which, not a whole lot of people come to.
Yeah.
To see the other team start to get excited, let's say in a distance event, to see as they're going along, even if that swimmer is not the one winning the race.
Absolutely.
To see them start to get excited, we get excited because we get the sense that there's something big going on. Usually we kind of go over and talk to one of the coaches and say, what's she going for? What's going on?
Oh.
And to have that sportsmanship and the camaraderie between the teams that we swim throughout the year is great too.
That's what it's all
Yeah.
about. Talk about, well, you already talked about Lauren Smith.
Mm-hmm.
I thought another person that showed a lot of improvement, especially from a freshman year to now, might be Autumn Sutton.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Autumn has worked so tremendously hard. And she comes in every day and she's, tries to tailor her stroke. And she really has. I think this year, especially, she finally saw some of the drops that she was looking for. And she finally saw the capability that she has.
Yeah.
And so, just
Yeah.
to know that, that she knows that now.
Yeah.
Is great. Just
Yeah.
when they start to see themselves the way we see them, it's always wonderful.
When they realize and they start to reach their capabilities,
Mm-hmm.
that's got to be very rewarding.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aim, I think we could talk forever, but I want to just touch on one last question. You're the first and only swimmer right now to be in the Eastern Hall of Fame. You went in 2014.
Yep.
And you've virtually seen every good swimmer that's come through here, either as a teammate or as a coach. And I know Sarah Barber is on the docket this year, and she's getting very, very serious consideration.
Fingers crossed.
You were done a couple of years before her, right?
Yeah.
And you coached her at least 1 year, I would think.
I think I had her for. Well, she came in. I mean, after I was out entirely.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I had her. Yeah, I had her all 4 years. Yeah, because I remember because she came in from Meriden, so I remember going to see her swim
that's
as
right.
a coach.
That's
And
right.
I think maybe I was recruiting her my first year out of school. My first year in the program, I was bringing her in. I think for 2005. I think.
I think you're right.
I can't remember.
I think you're right.
I can't remember
It starts
anymore
to blend
when.
together.
Yeah.
Talk about her. I mean, she still holds the distance
She does.
freestyle by a large margin. Would you rate her as one of the better swimmers you've been exposed to
Oh,
here?
absolutely. Absolutely. She was built for distance swimming.
Yeah. Oh,
she
absolutely.
really was. And that's one of the things, that we look at year after year. You look at who the record holders are, you look at what they were doing to get that record. And to look at her splits, and I just looked again this year kind of to remind myself, and to look at the splits she was able to hold, the 500,
Oh, yeah.
the 1,000, and the 1,650 are amazing. And, we'd still text her during meets, actually, I think it was during New England's this year. I think there was a new meet record set. And so and I sent her a picture of the scoreboard and said, wow. And she looked at it and she's like, what are the splits? What is going on? Oh my gosh, that's so amazing. Like, she really is. I mean, she lives in Iowa now and she's still involved in the program. She's still texting us. Still asking how we're doing. And, it's wonderful. And that's largely, I mean, a lot of our former swimmers are. They still check in. They still, we have a Facebook group and, we post pictures during the season and everybody's asking how everything's going, and it's nice.
That's what keeps
we
you
post
going.
the link to, live streams and people tune in to try to watch it, and it's nice.
And I know that keeps people in coaching. It's not the money, and it may not be the hours because it's some crazy hours, but it's those
Yeah.
relationships.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Aim, thanks for being with me. Enjoy the time off because your season will be starting again before you know it. Thank
Exactly.
you.
Spring is always nice.